Okay, so Adam, I want to discuss this feeling of uncomfortable. Okay, so through life, I wasn't aware of it for a long time, but I used to feel uncomfortable, and I would not step into things and do things because of that uncomfortable feeling. And now we are doing canoeing, excuse me, when we are doing canoeing now, the reason I do canoeing is because I want to get comfortable feeling uncomfortable. Now, I know that if I get comfortable feeling uncomfortable, that uncomfortable will still be there, but it's about learning to manage it.
Got it.
Yeah. Explain it to me, please.
So it's interesting you said it's about learning to managing it.
Yeah.
So what you're talking about here is about the placing meaning on a sensation.
Yeah.
And that's where people fall into traps of placing negative meanings on sensations.
Yeah.
So if somebody's feeling uncomfortable, and that word uncomfortable is quite global. What do you mean by feeling uncomfortable? You need to unpick that.
Yeah.
But there's a surefire way to fail in life if you're going to avoid feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So feeling uncomfortable for someone that would be highly anxious, they would interpret that feeling means bad. Okay, that feeling means bad, and that's a bit of a complex equivalence. So what we really need to do is understand what the feeling is actually saying, because sometimes feeling uncomfortable is bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I work in the outdoors an awful lot, and if I feel cold, that is bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I feel too hot, that is bad. Those are things that we have to have a measurable appreciation of.
And I think, but the uncomfortable that I'm visualising is completely, it's a different one. It's the feelings in here.
Yes.
It's this uncomfortable feeling.
Right.
So it's like the sensation in your stomach and in your throat.
Yes.
Where you're feeling.
Yeah. What you're describing there is physiological symptoms for anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And true would be to say that if you're going to avoid feeling any level of anxiety or any level of internal discomfort, that is a guaranteed surefire way to fail in life.
Yeah.
Because we need to feel uncomfortable in order to strengthen ourselves, to become more resilient, to be able to do bigger and better things.
Yeah.
No high performer ever said, "I've always been comfortable."
No.
No high performer, whether you're a musician, an athlete, public speaker, the list goes on. I've always been comfortable. So interpreting that level of discomfort and putting a meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Now, some people would go, I am uncomfortable, that means it's bad.
Yeah.
Whereas it could be, I am uncomfortable, that means I'm learning, I'm stretching.
And I'm growing.
I'm growing. I'm learning, I'm stretching, I'm growing. No one ever said it's going to be easy.
No.
And that's the other stuff you'll get told. Oh, it's easy. No, it isn't.
No, it isn't easy. It's challenging yourself, and it's like people because we say you need to grow. Yeah. Now, I think it's a technique, a term that's used quite loosely, really, and it's like I make jokes about it. When did you last grow? You know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know,
great.
now it could be. Some people might say, well, I've not grown tall for ages. Well, I've not grown tall anyhow. Or I might not have grown wide.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's a different kind of growing, this. This is like emotional growth, what we're talking about here.
Resilience.
Resilience.
Yes, resilience.
Yeah.
I want to become stronger. I want to become more resilient. I want to become more capable in life. But I want to be fully comfortable when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. It doesn't work. You'd never apply that theory in a physical sense. I want to build big, strong muscles. I want to get a stronger set of legs.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do anything that makes me feel uncomfortable.
No.
Doesn't work. Doesn't work.
No.
You know, I want to become a much better, mathematician, but I don't want to feel uncomfortable. I have to try and strain my brain at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
No. But the way to move forward with it is obviously to find that support to allow you to be able to challenge yourself.
Yep. Challenge you, question you, support you.
Yeah.
Call you out in your own bullshit.
Yeah. Motivate you.
Motivate you.
Yeah. Because, like I said, sometimes we have that bullshit does come in, that you're not going to be able to do it, and sometimes you get challenged on the bullshit, but you also need the motivation to take that step. And it's getting that right kind of support around you to to be able to feel comfortable.
Yes.
To get that, you know, like when we're going canoeing, we both know that I have my meltdowns.
Exactly. But have you noticed every time you go canoeing, the meltdowns happen at a slightly higher level?
Slightly higher level.
And a slightly higher level.
Yeah, because...
And a lot of people fall into the trap of thinking, well, when I've done this, I'll be comfortable. Yeah, you'll be comfortable at that.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, you like growing.
Yeah.
So you go, oh, I'm comfortable there. Shit, I've got to do that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit, I've got to do that now. And I see that all the time.
Yeah.
So I never feel comfortable. But are you better? Are you stronger? Can you do more stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations. When you're uncomfortable, it means you're growing.
Yeah. And it's just learning to manage that uncomfortable feeling. And the more you do it, the more you'll get. Not that it won't go away. You'll get better at controlling it and managing it, so that you can actually move yourself forward.
And interestingly, the absolute opposite is true as well. The more you avoid being uncomfortable,
you feel more uncomfortable.
The quicker and easier you'll feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just the classic way to condition anxiety and phobia.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't know what to do it, so I won't do it, therefore I'll get anxious. I can't go to the shops because it makes me anxious.
Yeah.
I can't go down the road because it makes me anxious. I can't go to the end of the garden because it makes me anxious. I can't leave my own house because it makes me anxious.
And before you know it, you
lived in a box.
You're living in a box. And and it's... something came to my mind, then it's gone, it'll come back, so we'll just carry on talking. And and I can relate to it, because I know I did it. I know I did it, and I think that's why when I coach the kids, I literally did encourage and motivate them. And again, it was one of those, I never told them that they had to go out and win that race. Does that make sense? So they had to go and do what...
That's not within their control.
No, it's not in their control. What I did, I used to have them competing against themselves, so that they actually improved on their times, and they did they'd know what time they used to do, and then they'd improve on that time for the next time. But I also remember there was a young lad who put another child on a pedestal, believing that he was better than this kid. This kid believed that this other child was better. And I remember watching a cross-country race where this child did not overtake this child, but I could see that he actually had it in him.
Yeah.
So when he finished the race, I pulled him in and I went, listen, mate, I think you were holding back there. And he looked at me, and I went, were you holding back because you didn't believe you could actually take him? And he just nodded, and I went, don't ever do that. If you think you can do something, you go for it. And I actually had a talk afterwards when we had a training session, and I went, it doesn't matter what colour vest you have on. When you are in the race, you are competing for yourself. You are running as a team, but you are competing for yourself, and you've got to do it. Doesn't matter what colour vest you overtake them, if you can think you overtake them.
All I ask is you do your best. Yeah. Irrespective of who's in front of you or who's behind you. Yeah. The only race is with you.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I used, like I said, I used to just go for it, do what you can do. And that's what I did with all the kids, and it wasn't about it, just look at your time, let's see if we can improve that time, let's see if we can improve the distance you're jumping. And but it's this comfortable feeling uncomfortable. And I appreciate it.
You have to.
Yeah.
So another thing that's really frustrating is when people expect things to change but won't do anything. It's as if they expect the whole world to tilt on its axis and make life better for them. The only thing that can change is you. The only thing you can change is your response to situations, the way you're handling situations, the way you go into situations with your mindset. That's the only thing that can change.
Yeah. And it's the word responsibility, the ability to respond.
Yes, response ability.
Yeah. The ability to respond.
The ability to respond. Yeah. Beautifully put. And there are so many people that saying, "Oh, my life sucks." Great. What are you going to do about that then?
Yeah.
What do you mean I've got to do something about it? Well, it's your life, sunshine. Yeah. No one else is going to do it. No one else cares enough to be able to sort your life out. You've got to do it. You've got to learn the skills. Yeah. And they're skills.
They are skills. They are
skills.
Absolutely
is. All therapy is learning skills.
Yeah.
Learning how to do things, learning how to respond differently. It's just a skill set.
And what I would say is, when you are going through this, because like I said, I know from clients I've worked with that some of it has been extreme, they've had extreme challenges. Break them challenges down, break the challenge down, and do small steps take responsibility for a small step and build it. And when you keep doing those small steps, before you know it, you've actually made a bigger impact on what you're
Take action. Take action. Stop whinging. Stop saying your life's difficult. Stop saying it's impossible.
Stop saying I can't do it.
Shut up. Take action. Book it. Do it. Put it in the diary.
Impossible is I'm possible.
Well, it's a case of take action. Do something about it. Put it in the diary. And stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Well, why not you is a great question. Why not you? What is it particularly enable about you? Oh, I can't go caving. I can't go abseiling. I can't go climbing. I can't go canoeing. I can't go on foreign expeditions. But why not? Why not you? You seem to have opposable thumbs. You have a piece of jelly between your ears that functions and tells you about to walk and talk. You've got legs that kind of take you in the direction you need to go. So why not you?
That's it.
What is it particularly unique about you that makes it utterly impossible? Please explain it to me. And it's just generally to do with that little message that's going through their head. It's got nothing to do with physical ability.
It's the fear, and that feeling uncomfortable, the thoughts of doing it. So take action.
Take action. I want to do it, but I want to feel comfortable. Doesn't work like that, Buttercup. I'm going to get stuck in the cave. What exactly do you think is going to happen here? I'll get stuck, really. Do you really think that's going to happen? You really think that's going to happen? It's quite useful for me because I'm 6'3" and double extra large. So I sort of go, you're going to get stuck. Right, well, and you're 5'6" and kind of like small to medium. So why is it you're going to get stuck but I'm not?
Well, that's my philosophy on this caving, is that actually if you're going through the hole and if you're picking a hole to go through, anybody smaller than you,
I'll fit.
If you fit, anybody can fit.
And I'll fit. And my advice to you would be, shut up and do as you're told. But I want to talk about my feelings. No, I don't care about your feelings. Your feelings are completely your problem. They're nothing to do with me. You handle your feelings. I'll tell you to shut up and do as you're told, because this is how to do it.
I know you will. That's why I love you so much. But that's why since I have started taking that action, that I have grown emotionally. My life has changed.
That's it. No one's. I think it's really funny when people cry. It sounds brutal. But a lot of people are used to having lots and lots of, oh, they're crying. And I'm brutal. I say it's all right. I've never seen anybody die from crying. There's no first aid for crying. No. It's all right. You're crying, and how long are you going to cry for? I'm going to cry for forever, because that's going to be a problem. Because you've got about 10 more minutes. Can you knock it on the head in 10 minutes? And right. So once you've dealt with your crying, we're still doing this.
We might be further behind, and you've got to get your head around how far behind you are, but you're still going to be doing it by the end. And
I know it all sounds really brutal. There's hopefully people are picking up on the playfulness, on the playfulness behind it. But I've been around the world, and I've done a lot of stuff with people of all sizes and all ages. And I can truly say that I've never seen anybody who has been fearful or frightened, who then successfully does something, turn around at the end of it, say, I wish I'd never done that.
That's it.
In fact, I would say the vast majority of the time, the thing that scares them and challenges them is the thing that they get the most out of. And that happens I've been so many places and done so much stuff, underground, in boats, in mountains, in jungles, and they always hark back to that thing that was really hard. That got them upset, and they go back and go, that was awesome. There you go again.
Because they've achieved something, because they've took the action and done the steps to do it.
And sometimes I'm brutal with people, because I think sometimes they need a little bit of brutality. They need a reality check. Sometimes they don't need there. It's all going to be right. Going to sit in the corner, suck your thumb, and feel better about yourself.
No, because that just brings the uncomfortable feeling even more.
Absolutely, it just endorses this made up emotion.